What's up, YouTube? Okay, for tonight I got a Wi-Fi battle. I haven't put one up for a couple of days, so I thought it'd be good. I've been pretty busy with my Emerald Randomizer and that sort of stuff. Okay, for today's question, what is your favourite Pokemon out of these two teams? Leave a comment in the comment section. I'd like to see who's the most popular. If you like this, please drop a like on the video as well. Okay, quick little thing about live stream this Saturday. So Twitch pretty much completely messed my account up, and someone has DDoSed it, and yeah, they kind of have been really slow getting it back. So I probably don't think that I'll be able to stream on YouTube looking at it this stage, because I'm not getting any sort of fast responses. So I'll probably just be streaming on YouTube this weekend. I will give you more sort of updates about that, preferably tomorrow night, when like another day before it or such like that. So just keep an eye on subscriptions and newsfeed and my Facebook and all that kind of stuff. I'll just put it on there. Anyway, let's get to the battle anyway, because I'm really pissed off about that. But I had a good battle here, so this was really fun. So this one was against Hax Miner. I think I had this on my Twitch as well. So it was a full sort of, pretty much a full NU sort of battle. Just forget about the Durant. So some interesting pokes here as well. Munchlax was I've used that poke myself, and I'm quite suspecting a certain little set that I've seen and done myself before. Okay. Anyway, there was a big sort of there was a big slow part of this match, so I needed to speed it up, but there was a very sort of after that it accelerated like a hell of a lot. Anyway, so I'm leading with my Durant, and we've got Pyro on the field. I just went straight for Focus Blast here, because I didn't sort of think he'd suspect a Choice Scarf on Durant. Sorry, not Durant. On my Heatmor, sorry. Because it's not like a very common item. I don't normally sort of run Specs or like a Life Orb or something like that. It's not really overall very speedy Pokemon, and can get easily outsped by a Choice Scarf as well. Fortunately, I get 2 focus hits there, which is very quite rare for me. I normally sort of miss one in a row. So out comes the Pyro. I go for the 3rd Focus Blast, and I hit, which is really amazing. I'm getting some nice luck going my way in this battle, which is a nice change. Obviously now he knows that I'm Scarfed, so he can bring in like an appropriate counter. So I was half thinking about going for a Focus Blast there, because I knew that none of his attacks could sort of take me out unless I had like Rock Slide or something like that. But I sort of predicted he'd go for like Hone Claws, and I didn't want to miss either. That would sort of suck then. Like, he may get another chance to get a Hone Claws up. So I just bought Stunfisk in to sort of maybe get it like a static or something like that. Like if I could live an attack with Discharge, which I sort of did. And that sounded sort of wrong, but it's just the way it is. But I don't get any Power Hacks from that, which is really surprising. And he's going to hit me with X-Scissor and no static or anything. So poor Stunfisk is going to have to take the hit there. There wasn't a lot I can do with this thing. Really crazy hard to check. So straight into Heatmor again. I know that I can outspeed, even if it's running Jolly, I believe. So straight into Munchlax here with a Thick Fat and Everlight and Max Health, Max Special Defense, and I'm not going to do absolute shit with that. It does nothing. So this was a really sort of slow part in the game. Now here I went into Bronzor. I love Bronzor so much. I'm going to call it Dinner Plate. I went into my Dinner Plate, and I know that I can sort of pretty much take anything this Sweller can sort of like throw at me. Like, I wasn't worried about that at all. I was really not worried about any of these folks. If I could get like a couple of boosts up, it'd be good. So I got a Calm Mind up, which is good. I can boost my special attack and special defense quite easily. Wasn't too sure what Weezing. I was expecting like Fire Blast or something, or maybe Will-O-Wisp. It couldn't use like anything like Clear Smog against me, so I was sort of like right against that. And since I got a Calm Mind boost before the Weezing came in, I take that Flamethrower a lot better than I did, and as well, it's not a stab or anything, and it's just not really doing enough to me. Okay, so he's got a Will-O-Wisp me there. I'm not really worried. As I said, if I did mention, I'm carrying Rest on this thing, so I can sort of just heal off any of that sort of annoying status there. But I really wasn't afraid of Weezing. I can pretty much just use it as setup fodder if it stayed in for long enough. Now she's going to continue to use Flamethrower against me, probably just going for a crit, which is sort of understandable. That's a I guess that is one way of breaking through Bronzor. If you can get probably a crits with a special defense, I guess. Very hard to one-shot it just with a neutral physical move. So I'm just continuing to boost my stats here. Now, I wanted to sort of scare the Weezing off, so I went straight here for Future Sight. Now, this is a bit of a fun set. Like, I could have easily ran like something like Psychic or Psyshot. It's just a Psychic move. But I thought I'd be fun and run Future Sight because it's got some nice high base power and it's a little bit different as well. And it can cause swaps as well. So I just went straight for a rest here to get all my sort of health back. Fortunately, I live there with just 14 health, which was good. Now I'm going to get a free turn of rest off since I'm not carrying Sleep Talk on this guy. Unfortunately, I couldn't really fit it onto this set. It wasn't sort of as viable with, rest talk on it. So I had to speed this bit up here. Now I sped this bit up 400 or 500 times. So it was a really, really long pass. So pretty much here he's just using his Munchlax to curse boost up. I know it's going to be the Body Slam sort of rest talk set because I've done this myself. It's pretty fun to see. Come across some sets that I've used myself before. So I get Power Hacks there, which never ever actually happens before. This is the first Power Hacks I've ever got in my life. Insert Sarcasm. So pretty much here, I couldn't do enough damage with Future Sight. It was one of those things, and Body Slam is probably doing a little bit more to me, plus the chance of a Power Axe, plus the fact he could sort of attack me while he was asleep. And I just couldn't do enough damage to it, even at +6. Like with that Everlight and with like Bronzor special attack being so low, it was a really bad matchup for me. It wasn't a terrible matchup, but in the long run, it was a sort of a bad matchup. I really had to sort of make some sort of decision or play to take this thing out right here. And like it was quite an important poke as well to wall some of the other ones as well. So I wasn't really keen on letting it die either because pretty much like if one of us lived and got all their health back, the other person was pretty much screwed. They could not sort of get past it. Okay, so this point was pretty important here. I thought that he'd go for a rest here, so I went straight to Heatmor, and I was going to go straight for 2 Focus Blasts. But instead of going for a rest, he's going to attack me with Body Slam. It's easily going to take me out with that +6 attack. Now, which was the only good thing about that was, like, I just had like enough damage with Poison to sort of get it down low. Now, here I was very, very scared here. I know how bulky freaking Munchlax can be after +6 defense and health, and I just take it out there with a Banded Waterfall. I knew that it would be a very close thing. Even like I know it looked like a tiny bit of health, but I really wasn't going to do like very much to it at all. It was a very close thing. So obviously here I'm expecting a Will-O-Wisp from Weezing. I was half going to go into Raticate, but I didn't want to sort of swap into like a Flamethrower in case he was going to like go for a burn or a bit of damage, or maybe expecting me to go into Bronzor. Like I couldn't really risk that, so I just thought I'd use Bronzor as fodder now. Since he's asleep for 2 turns. Like there was not much I could really sort of like do with him, and I know I could bring like Raticate in on Weezing as well and hit it with like 2 nice facades as well. And, like Flamethrower probably wouldn't take me out in one hit at the same time either. Okay, so he was a pretty important part of the match. Since I didn't have my guts up yet, I knew that he'd swap into Swellow, thinking that I'd go for a Protect. That was sort of what I was thinking, and I was betting pretty much the match on that, and I got some nice, I got 3/4 of the Swellow's health down, which was really, really good, because I really needed that damage here. Now, I just went for Protect here because I knew that, like, it's going to get a little bit of health left. I'm in much better shape, so an extra turn of Flame Ball was really, really nice there. Now, I didn't want to sacrifice my Raticate either. I knew that I couldn't outspeed it because I had Sucker Punch, but obviously they had Quick Attack, so I thought, well, my Bambi pretty much is useless in this battle at this point, so I might as well just use it as Flame Ball fodder. And fortunately it goes for Quick Attack again, which it sort of had to, and I knew that, so with 3 turns of Flame Orb, so my Protect and the 2 Quick Attacks and the 1 Quick Attack and the Facade was just enough to take the Swellow out. So that Facade was so important earlier on because that Swellow would have just torn through the rest of my team. Yeah, I was thinking about that move for quite a while. So back into Durant here, now straight into Poliwrath. I just had to get past this Durant. I knew they didn't have much to hit me with. It hit me a return. I'm very bulky in health on this set, and I'm going to hit it with a Choice Banded Waterfall, and that's going to take it out. The last Pokemon I know is the Weezing, and I really wasn't actually worried about that because I had Raticate, and I knew that if I just did some damage with Poliwrath, like Weezing can't really heal itself other than Pain Split, and I've already taken damage myself. Fortunately, Will-O-Wisp does miss there, so I'm able to get like another Waterfall off, like another banded Waterfall off again, which was really good. But I just wasn't really worried because I had Raticate, and I know that he could do some like massive damage to Weezing with Facade, like, and I could sort of just come in and clean up with it, and it could only really use Flamethrower. I'm guessing it would have had something like Clear Smog or like something like that. Didn't really think it would have Rest as well, so I was pretty confident here that I could win, even if I got like Will-O-Wisp. So I did actually miss all those. The Will-O-Wisp actually missed all of me, which was really lucky. But that was pretty much the game, and a great game, Hex Minor.